brands are throwing thousands into Meta and Instagram ads and seeing zero results, while others are printing conversions like clockwork. But what's going on, guys? Well, in this video, we're going to be deep diving into Meta's case studies to uncover the truths as to how Meta's business partners are driving success for their business so that we can leverage. We're talking about what flopped, what drove results, and what you can steal for your campaign starting this week. What's going on again? It's your boy Jerry the Ad Wizard coming back at you with a brand new video. And today, we'll be looking at big brands with big budgets, a forensic look through Meta's case studies, knowing what to look out for and what's truth, what pinches of gold that we can utilize for our campaigns to know how big brands are spending on the platform so that we can leverage those learnings for our business. If you've ever launched an ad and had zero results, guys, crossed your fingers and waited for conversions that just never came, this is a deeper dive under the hood of how Meta's success can work. So stick around, guys, we're gonna get into it today. Okay, guys, so you will learn real creative hooks and ad formats that move the needle, a live walkthrough of some of Meta's most successful case studies, and looking and reading between the lines, a hidden ingredient that made Advantage Plus work for some clients, and what you can test based on the patterns that we see. So guys, grab your coffees and grab your hats. It's time to spin up some ad magic. So we are on Meta's website and we're going to be checking out some Meta case studies, okay? And like I've always said, we need to make sure that we read between the lines of these case studies because Meta does like to glorify certain things. And when we see some results, we need to take those results with a pinch of salt sometimes, okay? And I'm going to show you where and when and all those kind of things, what to look out for, and the glimmers of gold that we can establish. So we're going to do live reading of some case studies and what we can pick out from these case studies and learn and apply to our business. Right, guys, so the first company we're going to be looking at is a company called Hera, and we're going to be looking at specifically a sales launch that they had, so we can see what happened. What they did here is they used Meta partnership ads. If you want to know how to do partnership ads or how to run partnership ads, I've got a walk through how to, or the card will appear in the corner for you there. And what we are going to do is look at Hera and what they have done here. If you are also wanting to launch a product or use partnership ads, we're going to see what Hera have done and the success they've had on their Meta ads. Okay, guys, so Hera is the Korean beauty brand, and they brought in some creators for partnership ads on Facebook, on Meta and Instagram for their product launch. Now, as they achieved a 5.7% lift in return on ad spend. Awesome. 5.7 times. Okay, so that's 5.7x lift in ROAS, achieving a 5.7 lift in return on ad spend for the add to cart event. Okay, guys, so what does that mean? Well, when we actually look between the lines, guys, this is a very interesting metric. We've said before, sometimes, okay, Meta likes to pick out certain key metrics, which can be very good, okay, but they can also raise some questions. You might also need to take them with a pinch of salt. And then let me explain exactly what I mean by that. What I mean by that is a 5.7x lift in ROAS. So it depends where the ROAS was originally. I think a 5.7x lift is incredible no matter where you are, but you'll probably find that ROAS might have not been very strong in the first place, and they specifically here chosen the add to cart event. So why have they not chosen the purchase event? They're looking at a particular metric that makes the brand really, really good. 5.7x lift is really, really nice, but it's only an add to cart event. What's the conversion rate like from add to cart to purchase? Okay, so at this point, you're also wondering, well, it's only half the story, really. Okay, it's only half the purchase journey. And what is the drop-off like in the conversion rate? Okay, you might find that, well, the conversion rate didn't do as well or something like this. We don't know, guys. I mean, this is the problem with these case studies sometimes. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go down here and see what Hera did for this particular product launch and how they utilize partnership ads. Okay, because I love partnership ads, and we're going to be looking at some data, some further data points that will help us decide and see what is going on in a full picture of this story. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's see what are some other data points that they are reporting on in this case study. 5.7x lift in return on ad spend for the add to cart event. 5.2 point lift in standard ad recall. Okay, so ad recall is brand awareness. Okay, lift in a 5.2 point. Okay, that means 5.2% lift in standard ad recall. Ad recall means brand awareness. Well, brand awareness within Meta. They measure brand recall as part of the brand awareness campaign. I particularly don't like this metric because it's whoever can recall the ad from the last this particular ad from the last 3 days, and they use this as a kind of a standardized metric. Okay guys, so we're just on some documentation on Meta just to confirm this because I want to get this absolutely spot on for you. So as I said, they do estimated ad recall lift. Okay, they don't exactly know, so this is the problem number one with an brand awareness campaign that I don't like on using Meta ads, because not that I doubt Meta's ability to be able to report on this is very important for that campaign type, but it's not, as I don't think is very accurate. And what we see here, right, estimated ad recall lift, people, metric is available for ads using the ads recall lift performance goal within the awareness objective. The estimated ad recall lift metric shows you how many people we as Meta would remember seeing your ad if we asked them within 2 days. Do you see the problem? So 5.2% ad recall lift. And here let's look at the other data points that they got: a 3.1 point and a 3.3 point. This is percentage points. This is 3.1 percentage difference. Percentiles, 3.3 percentage difference. Percentiles, it's tiny. But I guess it depends how great they were in the first place, because sometimes if you're already marvelously doing marvelously, then it's quite hard to do even more marvelously, you know. It's okay. So guys, let's just have a little read here and see what they've got to say, if there's any additional things, because as much as we want to, look between the lines and understand how Meta is reporting on this data, we also want to say, hey, how is it going to affect my business, man? Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm just going to read this from the marketing comms manager. This project deviated from traditional product launch methods, enhancing creators' immersion in the brand and the product. By using Meta ads, they successfully executed distinctive short-form marketing that luxury brands typically shy away from. Notably, this approach allowed us to attract a previously untapped customer base and helped us establish a successful full-funnel formula for future campaigns. Okay, so what does that mean, and how does that mean? Okay, let's read on. The Hera team identified 18 diverse brand-suitable creator partners to build reels that highlighted the new lip product. The brand then chose the 9 best-performing reels. The multi-phase campaign strategy included reminder ads, partnership ads, and collaborative ads with popular online retailers Olive Young. So what are reminder ads? Well guys, let's go into reminder ads. Help people connect with brands and keep track of the moments and events that matter to them. Partnership ads can help advertisers greatly expand the reach of their campaigns. Yes, they can, because they are tapping into the creator's audience themselves. Okay, with partnership ads, you can run ads to a partner's audience, and you can leverage their audience and run your ads with your brand to their audiences, which is a very, very successful and powerful method of tapping into new audiences utilizing influencers and creators. Okay, so I wonder what reminder ads is. Hey, comment down below if you know what a reminder ads is. As I mentioned, this is how the partnership ads work. So the ads were sent out via the handles of both the advertiser and the creator, taking advantage of both parties' audiences for improved ranking and incremental in performance. The team used the Advantage Plus audience, okay, which uses a Meta's advanced AI to identify the campaign audience to automatically deliver ads to them. They have, as they partnered those partnership ads with this creator, they've left Advantage Plus audience turned on, which means broad basically, and Meta's going to identify which people are going to resonate best with these ads. And guess what, guys? It's probably going to be their followers, but we're not putting any restrictions at the ad set level, because then we're giving all the power and leverage to Meta to say, go and find us those people. And it doesn't mean they're going to go and find completely irrelevant people. Meta knows a lot about their users, about their audiences. So it's a lot less about tinkering with those controls, more about letting Meta go and do the work for us. Okay, so at the ad set level, like I keep saying, the ad set level is getting more and more erroneous to some of these Advantage Plus features, which means that it lets our ad AI go and do the work for us, which is kind of cool, guys, because the ad AI knows a lot and knows where those people are. So in this case, they also did the same, which is very, very nice to hear and see. Okay, and here at the bottom, as we can see, to measure the impact of the ad recall lift data points that we discussed, to get insights of the performance of the partnership ads, Hera conducted a Meta brand lift test as well as a Meta conversion lift test. What is a Meta brand lift test and what is a Meta conversion lift test, you say? Well, guys, it may comment down below if you want to know more about that kind of stuff, because we can make some videos about that too, you know. But here it gives the main indication. Okay, this is the main indication of this whole thing. This gives me all of the insight to know that this case study, as not hinted through any of the things that we've really spoken about here, okay, is a brand awareness campaign. The main thing is an awareness campaign. Okay, we haven't heard anything about the sales aspect. Obviously, they do talk about how they're driving awareness and sales during a product launch with Meta partnership ads. Well, why haven't they discussed the sales aspect? And that is the interesting thing, right? So, but we're going to carry on, guys. We're going to have a little look further. Okay, so apparently the Harry team attended a workshop hosted by Meta, helped grow creators better understand how to follow Meta's recommended best practices for Reels and ad creatives. Okay, well, let's go through those. If you don't know what the best practice is for Meta's ad Reel creatives, guys, let's see what Meta says about that. Create vertical videos in the full screen, 9:16. Aspect ratio. This means that, it's great for mobile viewing, basically. So yeah, that's the, I've got another video on what the optimum size is. That is also good for desktop, because a lot of these videos are meant for mobile. But if you can make an ad creative that utilizes a different shape, that's actually the most optimum. Is better for mobile and desktop. Okay, so I'm going to stick a card in the top right corner so you know which video I'm talking about, and you can go and watch that one if you like. And actually, I think not within this, because obviously they're going for a 9:16. If you want to go for mobile only, okay, these guys are going for mobile only, then definitely 100% do that, 9:16. If you want to go for desktop and mobile and you don't really mind and you want to try and target as many placements as possible, there is an optimum solution to this. And like I said, I'm going to drop the card in the corner so you know what to do. Place all text and imagery within the safe zone to ensure they are not abstracted by the real user's interface. And guys, in that video that I will link up there, it also goes through the safe zone. It gives you can actually download a template which you can stick over the top of your video so you know where the safe zones are. Really, really simple. You can then kind of delete it from your video and it'll go, but at least you've structured it in a right way and you can, play around with the video kind of composition using the safe zones that Meta have permitted. Okay, completely free. You can download it. Go check it out. And then finally, include the most compelling information in the first 3 seconds to hook the viewers and capture their attention. Yeah, this is typically what they say. I'd even argue it's the first 0 seconds to 0.5 seconds that is the main hook. It is the first 3 seconds, but you actually find that the average view duration of a video on Meta is 3 seconds across many videos. That's not a fact for you, but the average study says that people watch on average 3 seconds of a video. So yeah, I don't actually think a hook on Meta is 3 seconds at all. I think it way less. It's probably the first second to 2 seconds. 3 seconds is quite a long time, especially for an ad, right? Depends how good the hook is, how much you're keeping those attention, what the visuals are like and all that kind of stuff. Experiment around with some different hooks. Honestly, this is a big thing. If you want to know how to do creative sprints and how to optimize around different hooks and try different hypotheses around different stuff, then I'll also link another video. You can learn about how we do creative sprints so you can implement that for your business, optimize on your performance creatives. A case study on how to do partnership ads with creators to run a brand awareness campaign for a product launch without directly measuring the product sales or of those. Maybe they did, and they want to just focus on the awareness stuff. Want to hear about those sales too, you know what I mean? All right, the sunshine. Cool. Okay, guys, so now we're going to be looking at a clinic. Okay, and what they're doing is they're using messenger ads to improve the lead optimization. So let's have a look here, guys. Improving lead generation by using ads that click to messenger with lead optimization. Okay, this Thai aesthetic medical clinic ran a campaign of ads that click to messenger with lead optimization. Okay, so what that means is that the destination is Meta Messenger, okay, the Messenger app, and the thing that they're optimizing around is the lead conversion event. Okay, so they're optimizing for lead in this Messenger campaign. This resulted in a 4.6x, okay, not percent, X, so 4.6 times increase in leads at a 76% lower cost per lead, that apart from their usual approach to ads that click to messenger. Okay, which tells me that they normally do this strategy, okay, compared to their usual approach. But what they're trying to emphasize here, guys, and what Meta is trying to get you to want to adopt within the Meta ad system, is trying messenger ads with a conversion goal. So the conversion goal, I've got a video for that as well. If you want to know how to do that, I'll stick the card in the top high in the corner so you know where to go. And look for that, it's a slightly older video, but it will give you an idea of where you need to go for that. And what we're doing is we're utilizing a messenger campaign, okay, with a lead optimization. Okay, so with the conversion event as the lead. Okay, and what they're saying here is that these results specifically did 4.x times better than other messenger approaches. My guess would be the other messenger approach that they've done would have been the standard messenger campaign, which was just around engagement. So what you would have found is a lot of people kind of engaging and messaging you, but they're not the right type of customer that you want. They're not ready to make a purchase or take action or submit lead details to take action, right? Get Meta, and it's going to find people that are ready to take action within the optimization goal, e.g. lead here, for example, and it's going to find people that are ready to submit their lead details for something like this, okay? So further down the decision purchase journey than somebody who's just engaging or somebody just wanting to find some questions. That's the main reason for that messenger engagement campaign initially, was to drive curiosity so that people from the top or middle of the funnel would come down the stage and you could navigate and create a relationship with them. But the ultimate reality is, guys, if anybody's ever tried messenger ads before, something that you will see and something that you will maybe experience is messenger ads that don't have the conversion goal, especially in this point around lead optimization, means that Meta's going to find people who just want to engage with you. And that could mean anything from sometimes just being a spam message or sometimes being very, very low quality engagement is the ultimate reality of some of those campaigns. So what did they did and what did they do? Well, what they did was that they created or they changed the messenger campaign so you could focus it around a conversion event. And now you can create that conversion event. You can also do it for purchase. Okay, so if you're selling something that you're optimizing for that conversion goal, e.g. purchase, so it's looking for people who are ready to make a purchase. It's a different type of conversion goal versus somebody who's just looking to engage. So that makes sense, guys. Comment down below if you got any questions. Okay, resulting in a 4.6x increase in leads and 76% lower cost per lead compared to its usual approach of ads that click to messenger. Guys, I think this one's really, really interesting because massive leverage just by making a small tweak. And this is a very interesting case study, I think, because just using that small tweak from changing your messenger campaign to messenger campaign optimizing around the lead conversion goal means that Meta is looking for different types of people on the conversion journey, right? On the decision-making stage. They're looking for the consideration stage versus just the awareness and consideration stage. So let's read on, guys. This could be really cool and exciting. But before we go anywhere else, and you're new here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss any more important update. We are here many times a week. How business owners, online advertisers, and digital marketeers get the best from the online advertising, paid media, and digital marketing strategies. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So the LabX team uses Messenger primarily to generate leads for its services. In the past, the team used ads to click to Messenger to reach a high volume of potential clients, but this gave them little control over lead performance. Interesting. They didn't say quality, they said performance. Why? The team wanted to continue reaching people whilst optimizing delivery to connect with those who would be more likely to schedule an appointment. This is also a very, very cool, good conversion goal to optimize around if you're running a lead generation campaign. Some calendar booking tools as well also have this. You could try running a conversion campaign around scheduling an appointment within your calendar booking tool, right? As a potential strategy, is what they did. Okay, so the A/B testing. This A/B testing has proven to be an invaluable tool in our quest for optimization, providing actionable insights into audience behavior and helping us fine-tune our campaigns for maximum impact. This data-driven approach has consistently shown that the quality of leads far outweighs the quantity, making it a crucial factor in driving real business results. This is amazing, guys. Okay, that in the Herbalife clinic, because he was super profound, because that is exactly right. But the crucial factor here in driving real business results is around action. You need people to take action, okay? Don't fluff around with awareness campaigns with all this other stuff. Only big brands, okay? You don't need an awareness campaign. You might not need an awareness campaign, okay? It's more than likely you want to put the money where there's direct impact for the business, direct impact for that bottom line, guys, and you want to put your money there, okay? So what they do here is they're optimizing for a step closer to the decision-making stage of the customer journey, and therefore they're getting better results, and that is very, very nice and cool. Okay, so here's exactly what it says, okay? So selecting lead optimization in the ads manager enables a business to deliver ads to people who are more likely to provide their contact information so that a business can follow up with the additional information, help them schedule an appointment, and more. Absolutely. After clicking the ad, people were directed to a conversation with LabX on Messenger where they could select a topic they were interested in learning about more, such as information on skin treatments, etc., etc. Next, a LabX employee joined the conversation to answer their questions and help them book an appointment if needed. Lovely. like that. Customer support on standby. This is also a thing that you will have contend with when you run messenger ads with somebody on standby to answer the messages as they come in. Okay, you want to be very responsive and present and making sure that you're responding to messenger ads, which also adds an additional resource to messenger ads. So it's a bit of a sacrifice to test the messenger ads, guys. So it's cool to listen to and learn how some other companies have managed to do it successfully, which is nice and cool. Something that I will say as a sprinkle of salt within this is that these numbers are very good. We don't know how many, the volume of these results. So that's something that you could potentially question. The results of an A/B test. Okay, so here it only ran for kind of 2 weeks. Revealed that the ads that click to Messenger with lead optimization generated before leads a lower cost per lead than the usual approach. Cool. But it is very, very cool. I do like this a lot, and I think it speaks to the power of selecting. And I'm going to stick a card in the corner if you want to learn about how to tell Meta about your conversion journey, because this is what this is. Okay, you're telling Meta, hey, we're not looking for just somebody to, to show awareness to or to engage with. We're looking for somebody that you as Meta think would want to submit their lead details for a service like ours. Okay, Meta knows a lot about their users, so it's going to tap in to all of the data it has around their users and find people applicable to that stage of the customer journey, okay, to the next stage of wanting to take action, to be inquired and to be interested. So this is really, really cool, and I really like this, and it shows the absolute power of maximizing that conversion daily. Okay, and finally, guys, let's go on to Wonder Game, which is the next case study that we'll be looking at. Okay, and what better place that we need to sometimes start in sometimes during looking at case studies would be to look at a game and see how they're doing it too. So, the Chinese game publisher tested a new performance goal for its Meta in-app ads and saw a 2.3x increase in return on ad spend by using the new performance strategy compared to a usual campaign. So, guys, what is the new performance strategy? That is what we want to know. We want to know how they utilize performance creatives in their strategy and created a 2.3x lift, which might not seem a lot in comparison to some of the other case studies we looked at, but it depends where your starting point is, guys. And that's what I say within all my case study videos is depends on where you're starting at. Because if you're already doing really, really well, a 2.3x lift is astonishing. It is absolutely incredible. So let's have a look at some data, guys. So 2.3 times X increase in return on ad spend for Meta in-app ad campaign using a new return on ad spend performance strategy compared to a usual campaign. And we're going to go through exactly what that performance strategy is to see what that is. Okay, so 3.x more installs for Meta in-app ad campaign using the new return on ad spend performance strategy compared to the usual campaign. Okay, that is awesome. 3.6x more installs for Meta in-app ad campaign. Okay, and we're going to look at that and what that is, okay, and how it works so incredibly well for this company. So 71% lower cost per install for Meta in-app ad campaign using the new return on ad spend performance strategy. Guys, we're going to have to look into what this is, okay, because honestly, this is absolutely awesome. Okay, I'm so excited to learn what these new strategies these guys are doing. Okay, let's have a look and see what we think. So Wonder Game wanted to find a way to improve the return on ad spend for its Meta ad campaigns. Very, very common. Okay, it's very, very simple. We got to increase the return on ad spend, guys. We got to do that. Okay, overseas market renter. So in this test, we found that the performance of Meta in-app ads using the new return on ad spend performance strat helped us boost the Meta share of wallet from 15% to 40%. We're so happy with these results that we've invested more budget with Meta and have incorporated this in-app ad setup into our usual marketing strategy to scale up efforts and continue improving performance metrics. Okay, so what does that mean to this? Let's have a look into all that. Okay, so we're looking at here, Meta share of wallet from 50% to 40%. Okay, this is where the success is oriented, guys, and we need to now understand how they did this and what it all means, because ultimately it all sounds very good. Let's have a read on and see what it actually means within this particular scenario. So the team at Wonder Game routinely ran a variety of Meta in-app ads to display in its games as banner ads, interstitial ads, and display in their games as banner ads, interstitial and rewarded videos. Okay, so Meta in-app ads are a popular monetization strategy that helps game publishers generate revenue without requiring players to make a purchase or pay for a subscription. So here, Wonder Game worked with Meta to learn how it could improve its return on ad spend and then set out to test a new performance strategy. When setting up the campaign, the team chose the maximize value of conversions performance goal along with the in-app ad impressions conversion event. Interesting, very, very cool. From there, Wonder Game chose both the 1-day click and 7-day click attribution settings. Interesting. I think within our ad campaigns, they come as a default now. I'm not sure if Meta is trying to highlight that that's one of the reasons that it was a success, but interesting. Yes, you do need the 1-day click and the 7-day click attribution within an app, because the 7 days, sometimes you have a free trial for an app and you need to be able to attribute when during that whole time whether or not they purchased. Okay, so you're looking at a larger attribution window. Maybe within this it is 7 days. That would be maybe my guess. I'm not quite sure. So very interesting, guys. Okay, I want to just pull out a couple of things here, because there's a few things that are definitely very interesting in this whole setup, what Meta is trying to explain here. Okay, for those interested and wanting to learn about how to maximize, your ROAS for an app, or especially a game app, this is what we're going to be looking at. Okay, so point number one, maximize value of conversions. Okay, so they're not looking for number of conversions, they're looking for people that are willing to spend more money. They're looking for those people who are willing to spend the most. Okay, so in this case, maybe that's out of the trial feature. If you have an app install campaign on Meta, one key takeaway here that you can test would be to, instead of optimizing for maximum number of conversions, add a value number to your free trial purchase, to your purchase event in your app. Okay, after somebody's gone through a free trial and then they pay for the app, okay, add a conversion value to that, and then select maximize value of conversions and not maximize a number of conversions. Try that, guys. If you guys have got or are running these kind of ads, 100% try this as a tip or trick. And here, along with the in-app ad impressions conversion event. Okay, so in-app ad impressions is a conversion event that you might be able to set up in your app system. Okay, you'll have to set this up, depending on the platform that you use to set these conversion events up. If you're using Google Firebase, for example, or an additional system, okay, use to set up a conversion event for in-app ad impressions. This means that the conversion event itself is impressions inside the app. Okay, so the time the ads are being seen. So that's really interesting. They've built that into their measuring system and they are evaluating that within the app. Super interesting, guys. These tips and tricks that we can pick out and talk about and gain insights for our businesses. So they conducted an A/B test in the ads manager. Okay, so the user campaign of in-app ads, and then in the second, they got the campaign, they got the in-app ads using the new return on ad spend performance strategy we talked about. Both campaigns highlighted the same video ads that highlighted the same game. So those who clicked or tapped on an ad arrived at the Google Play Store where they could install the game, begin playing, and encounter in-app ads. Awesome. So it's actually looking for people who are ready to play the game within that in-app ad impressions. It's looking for people who are ready to wanting to play the game often. Really interesting, guys. This is a very interesting case study. If you guys have got an app or you're promoting an app, I would highly recommend trying out these particular tips for yourself. I think this is absolutely amazing and super cool and interesting. So here again is the winning campaign and some of the results. So 2.3x increase on return on ad spend using that, a 3.x more installs, and a 71% lower cost per installs. That's phenomenal, guys. Very nice case study, interesting learnings, and well done to the Wonder Game and all of their success on that. Okay, guys, so the final case study that we're going to be looking at is going to be from Marks & Spencer's themselves. Marks & Spencer's, the classic British retailer. We're going to be looking at what they did to increase reach with video ads on Meta apps. Okay, so let's have a look. That's how they used a video ad within the Meta app placement. The British retailer ran a multi-channel cross-media study that revealed an 18% increase in incremental reach among people aged 25 and up when running video ads on Meta apps compared to other media channels. What does that mean, guys? Well, let's dive a bit deeper and see what it means down below. So 33% of the age 25 plus audience reached when running video ads on Meta apps. Okay, so 33% of the audience reached were 25 plus. Okay, interesting. Cool. Not sure how that's super cool, but super successful. But they definitely reached somewhat of a milestone there. I mean, that was one of their goals, right? So 18% incremental reach delivered by video ads on Meta apps compared to advertising on other media channels. 2.3x more individuals reached per British pound when running video ads on Meta apps compared to average for other media channels. Interesting. I wonder what the other media channels are. I wonder what all of these things mean when we dive a bit deeper. But I think this is one of those case study examples for potentially actually, where Meta pays that Marks and Spencer's is a huge business partner for them. Showing them on this page is really good. However, the tests that they're seeing aren't actually that great if you look beneath their hood. So 5-point incremental lift in ad awareness compared to advertising on other media channels. So a 5-point is obviously 5%, so 5% increase lift in ad awareness. Okay, cool. Let's have a look, guys. This might be an interesting one. Okay, so running video ads on Meta apps helped us reach new younger customers as we continue to broaden our appeal. The ads had the highest incremental reach compared to other channels and the lowest cost per impression, allowing us to spend wisely. Meta's ad frequency produced a significant lift in ad awareness, making it our most effective marketing channel by far. Media effectiveness lead at M&S, Marks and Spencer. Let's have a little look into what they did around here. Okay, so they ran apps across multiple channels, Meta apps, television, and YouTube. For this fashion, home, and beauty campaign, the company wanted to quantify the total reach as well as incremental reach generated by running a multi-channel cross-media study set up by the Meta Partner Audience Project. Okay, so like I said, M&S are probably a big business partner for Meta. They're a big client for them and they spend a lot of money. Therefore, they're allowed access to some of these additional things that Meta wants to do with them to help them access to make the ads even better, even more successful. And here, interesting takeaway, the multi-cell cross-channel study compared the performance of video ads that ran on television and YouTube to 3 video campaigns that ran on Meta apps. Frequency of 10.2. Amazing, cool. That is great if you're running a reach campaign and you want to saturate that particular audience, including Meta Moment Maker. If we look at it through the eyes of Meta, okay, is an advertising strategy developed by Meta to help marketers optimize ad reach and frequency by using a package of Meta's mobile-first video ad formats and comprehensive measurement solutions. It delivers ads across all of Meta's video placements, including feed, stories, reels, within a 3-day period to maximize audience exposure and create a standout brand moment for awareness. So they use advantage audiences, which allows Meta's machine learning, obviously, to look outside of the advertiser's usual targeting parameters. It's using Advantage Plus targeting, looking outside of the audience parameters at which you set. So you put 25, but then you open up to people who are going to respond and resonate with the ad. This is you're giving their power and leverage to Meta. They're going to go and find those people for you. So to reach relevant new audiences who are likely to be interested in the advertiser's product or services while still delivering ads to the people the advertiser wants to reach the most. And here's some of the results that you can see. If you're a $6.9 billion brand like Marks and Spencer's, okay, brand awareness absolutely key or absolutely necessary. They already will have been running a lot of awareness ads, in my opinion, and that's why we see some of these metrics not as profound as some of the other metrics that we looked at other case studies. Okay, it's great for Meta to get one of their business partners and Marks and Spencer's on this case study page and to showcase some of the results that they had. However, diving deep beneath the hood, guys, I don't think, Meta already spends so much money on Meta ads. I think some of the things that we see here is incremental improvements, but will make massive amounts of differences, guys. Is if we're already spending a lot of money, these incremental differences are absolutely astronomical. So that is the big takeaway here, guys, is that it may look small to us, but because Marks and Spencer's are already spending so much, probably already within these campaigns, that these incremental or smaller lifts that we see, or smaller percentile changes that we see, are absolutely massive in the grand scale of Marks and Spencer's. So that is another way to look through the lens of this. Thank you, guys. That's the fourth and final case study we'll be looking through today, guys. Hit me a comment down below if you got any questions. Guys, we are cooking something up. We are brewing something in the Ad Wizard studio. If you want to be part of it, if you want to join the team and part of what we are doing here, hit the waitlist down below. If you want to register your interest and register your signal of intent, hit the link down below and sign up to join the waiting list. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Come join us if you are interested. And that's it for today, guys. Hopefully that gave you a few aha moments, that you were able to take what you need for your campaigns, get some inspiration as to how these big brands are working, what kind of campaign structures they're utilizing, so that you can go and replicate this for your business, right? So hopefully that was useful to you. Leave me a comment down below if you got any questions as usual. I'll maybe answer some of them in the upcoming videos. Just let me know what is interesting to you. If you're ready, part of the crew, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm your boy, Jerry the Ad Wizard. You can catch me on LinkedIn at Jerry Griffiths, on Instagram and TikTok at Jerry Ad Wizard, at Jerry Dreadlocks, everywhere else. If you want to know if you're leveraging meta ads and you want to know how to target the top wealthy individuals in the USA, click this video over here. I've got another video that shows exactly how to target high wealthy individual in the USA. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Honestly, I really do. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your boy, Jerry the Ad Wizard. And wherever you are in the world, I bid you peace and love and a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.